Hello again folks, and welcome to part 2 in my rusty transit saga. Right, well, as you remember in part 1 we took the front outer wings off and we've gained more visibility of the actual work that needs to be done. Well, I'm going to take that a little bit further now. So I've had a little look around it and I think I may have to remove, I don't know, I haven't yet decided yet, is to take off this front section as well. I'm not too sure yet. And to do that, it looks like I'm going to have to unbolt this battery connector box here and the electrics for that, so that I maybe have to gain access down into this actual panel here. And I may have to free off as well the coolant bottle as well, just to sort of push that over to one side. I'm not too sure yet, but I'm going to look into that. Now obviously before you start any welding or anything like that at all, you've got to disconnect the battery. Now on this Mk6 Transit, you can spend hours and hours looking for the battery because it's not in the engine bay, it's not in the back of the car. It doesn't look to be any logical place. Well, the actual place it is, it's situated behind the driver's seat, so you've got to get there, and I'll show you where that is now. Let's come and show you. Right, I'm going to go in through the passenger front door. You've got to push the seat right forward, as you can see, and on the wheel, just lean the seat forward like that, and you'll see behind there's this box here. So if you just remove the lid of this box like that, pull them 2 clips up there, and there she is. That's the battery. So I'm going to disconnect this before I do anything else, and I'll see you in a second. Okay, so I've released this washer bottle nut there, and I've got these 2, that's an 8mm nut by the way, and I'm just going to undo these 2 10mm nuts on the bracket for the battery connector, and see what sort of space that gives us, see if it gains us a bit more access. So let's just undo that like that, and hopefully, no, there's one more down there. There's a third one holding it to an inner bracket down there, so I've just got to undo that. That again is another 10mm, and I'll have it undone in a jiffy. See, this is purely for getting better access, because I don't really know what I'm going to come up against with this inner wing. I've had a good look online for pattern parts for these inner wings, and you just can't find them. We're definitely not here in the UK. There's no website coming up. Apparently Ford are the only ones who make these pattern wings, so I don't know what the price is. I've not checked. I'll have to make a phone call on Monday, but I would imagine, I've been on the forums and had a little look around there, and apparently they're pretty dear. I don't know what pretty dear is, but I'm not too sure. So again, it's a matter of how far do you go with a job like this. You know, I mean, obviously I'm going to be uncovering other stuff as well, but it's knowing where to stop. This isn't a restoration, this is a repair job to get this van operating again. Right, so that's another 10mm. There's 3 10mm obviously holding that on then by the looks of it. Don't tell me there's 4. No. Right, okay. The things that are tight are the wiring, but it might just be enough to lever over to give me a bit more access. Well, let's give me a bit more access. And what's actually down here, if I can show you, by moving this to one side, you can see that there is this bracket here that holds some more electrical connections or boxes down there, which are fixed to that inner wing. So I don't know whether I can remove the screw fixes underneath. I think I have to approach this from the top to get that off, so I'm going to do that. I have to get my flat bladed screwdriver, stick it down in that slot, and it lifts off. Look, there we go. That's lifted that right out of the way now, and you can actually do the same with the other one there. I'm sorry you can't see that, but you just stick a screwdriver down and that lifts them completely out of the way. And that now reveals 2 more fixing screws, one there as you can see, and one more there, which actually hold this whole bracket. So I'm going to undo them. They look like 8mm to me, and let's hopefully be able to push that bracket right out of the way then. Right, I've just undone them 2 8mm bolts now, and this bracket, thank God, literally just falls out. So that's what was holding this lot, and that's given me a whole lot more space now to actually move this lot right over, which I'll do now. Let me put that to one side. Okay, so as you can see, just be careful I mean, technically speaking, I suppose you could actually remove that. There's another 8mm at the back there on there for the plastic bottle, which I'm just going to undo. That just mounts to the back of this box. It just means they don't pull along together, so you might be able to sort of separate them. Now this might seem like a faff, but this is why the job costs so much money when you go to a garage and do it. So you'll be better just to park your van up to one side and just come out and do a bit, and don't put yourself under any pressure on any time limit. That's saying that it's not a van essential for work or whatever. Obviously it's a different situation then, but this is a pleasure van really, so it don't really matter to me. So, but at least you can get an idea of the work actually involved to gain access to the inner wings, which is what we need to hear, and why the job probably costs so much. As you can see now, that gives me the option to just move that right out of the way up there for the moment. Right, okay, as you can see, that's what we're left with here. Now, one thing I've got to watch out for is obviously this wiring loom here. There is a bit going through the wing there, as you know. It's attached to a clip, which if I come over this side, you can see the back of that clip. If I push that through, squeeze that together and push that through, that's going to release this bit off of it, and I can actually lift this loom right out of the way. So that's what I plan to do with that, because we don't want to be damaging any of that when we're doing the welding. So let's do that now. There we go, let's pull it out. And that leaves me to just ease back the wiring, because there's this sort of insulation in here which just sits on the inner wing, and I'm going to pull that out as well. And I'm not too sure whether I can possibly use that as a template, I don't know. There we go, look. There we go, look. I don't know whether that can be used as some sort of template or not, but very well may possibly. It's been yanked about a bit where the MOT tester was pulling it about, but I may be able to use that, I'm not too sure. I have to work on that. Okay. Got a bit more light in here now, and as you can see, that's the inner wing. And it's basically, this is the inner wing here on the side, which we've got to sort of repair. This is the base of the inner wing down there, as you can see, where we've lost an edge, but I don't know whether or not I can put a patch over this. It's obviously not too bad. It's basically this outer edge here, which is, if I come around here, this sort of outer edge here, which has got to be removed and possibly cleaned up, and also along here, all this lot here. The actual base of the inner wing, as you can see, it doesn't look too bad, although it's a little bit bubbly, but that can probably be salvaged. And I'm a lot happier now I've seen it inside now, because I had visions that I was going to have to replace this whole section here, which would be a lot of work, and that doesn't quite look the case. So yeah, I'm a little bit happier. Yeah, look, we've got a little visitor, look. Oh, Peaches. Peaches! Hello! Yeah, I know. I'm going to remove this headlight as well, and that is literally just one 10mm bolt there, and coming on the inside of the wing there, I think you can see that one there. There's that one there, which I'm going to undo. Pull off the electrical connections, which is one there. Right, okay, what we got here? I don't think there's another one. Yeah, there's another 10mm over this side as well, so I've got to undo that one as well. So it looks like there's only 3 nuts that hold the headlight in place, so that's handy if you just want to remove your headlight for whatever reason, or it's broken or whatever, so that's not such a terrible job. And there is also a light connector over this side, which again has a little tab on it. You push in and you pull the connector out. So let's try and ease that forward now to see what we got, if this will come out. There we go. That's the whole lot out. And again, I'll just put them 2 nuts back on their respective positions. And as you can see, that's the 2 connectors. So the headlight would have gone in that way. So you've got one there and basically one there, and that's it. And that's the actual headlight out of the way. Well, I'm sure you can see now that with every panel that I actually remove, it's decidedly looking a lot more clearer here now. So it's, I mean, technically speaking, I suppose you could actually remove this whole front plastic panel here. And I may do that. I'm not too sure what's involved to do that. I can see 2 fixings there. There's obviously a fixing up here. and that's riveted on that panel, but that bottle can just pull out of there. There's 2 lots, or 1 lot there, 1 lot there, 1 there and there. So I'm going to look into that. I may look into that, because again, that will give me proper access to the whole front of this area here where I can get in, because there's no actual framework behind here. So if I do that, I'm going to investigate that. That's what I'm going to do. Right, okay, let's just have a little recap of what I've just done now. Now, I've gone along, I've taken 2 screws out there, I've taken 2 out of there, I've taken 2 there, 2 there, and basically exactly the same this side. There's the 2 screws there. One of them holds the bonnet stay, so you have to actually get the bonnet stay out of the way, and I've just got a bit of wood to hold the bonnet up. And basically now, all I'm left with now is this connector here, which is riveted on. This is the power steering fluid here. So I'm just going to get a drill and drill the heads off of them 2 rivets. So I think that this is basically going to be the one of the most important parts of doing this job, getting this front panel out of the way so we got full access. So let's just get this off. Okay, that's the head off one of them. And this one here. There you go. Now hopefully, let's put that to one side. This should be free. There we go. And that's just slid out, look. So you could have possibly just slid that down. I could have left that bracket on. How about that? That's not a problem. I've got a riveter anyway, so I'll put that on afterwards. But there you go. So that didn't have to come off. You just slide the reservoir down. Right, well, we'll keep that with our box of bits now. I don't know whether this is it or not. I think I may have got everything out of the way, so here's hoping. Oh, look at that. There we go. That's it. Full access, both sides, to all the parts that I need. How about that? Let's put this to one side. Well, I'm really pleased with that. Now, as you can see, I've really got full access here now. So all my fears of not knowing exactly how to handle this situation, I feel a lot better because I've got full access. I can get right in here and I can see all the way around. Now, this here is the bumper bar here, as you can see. This is actually made out of plastic. Now, for the sake of it, because I'm down this far, I may just undo these mounting bolts and just get this literally right out of the way, because then I can get to the end of these chassis rails here, because I really want to treat all this as well. So, you know, if I've stripped it down this far, I might as well go that one step further, and just for the sake of undoing a couple more, 4 more bolts, and also a bolt there as well, this whole front section can be totally free then, and I'll have full access. Look who's just turned up, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy's just turned up. As you know, Jimmy's been in the hospital. And how are you feeling now, Jimmy?
A bit better now.
Bit better? So, you haven't been at work because you've been resting, haven't you? And he literally has been resting, because normally he's out every day and he's out at night as well sometimes. But he's not this time, so he obviously was not well. So, what do you think of this? You've been doing one of these at work, you said, didn't you?
Yeah, one like it, yeah. Same front end pickup though.
You take the front off like this?
Front wings, but they've kept the bumper on and the grills.
Right, and what was it? This is a Mk6. What one was that? An older one?
Same shapes, I think Mk6 as well.
Right, well, so you done the outer wings, was it?
No, inner as well, like this.
Inner? Where did you get the inner wings from?
Didn't made them.
As I say, yeah, I'm going to go to the extent now of taking this inner bumper off, and maybe Jimmy will give me a quick hand while I'm holding it, because it's only take 5 minutes. Jimmy, can you do that?
What now?
Yeah. It's only a couple of, let me just squirt some WD-40 on them. Well, yeah, I'll squirt them nuts on there while I'm quickly undoing these. Again, this is just the bumper bar. I'm hoping it don't give me a hell a whole lot of trouble undoing these. I might need some squirt around here as well, Jim. There's a couple of bolts underneath because they're really rusty. And now, I don't think I really need to take this off, but for the sake of me doing a proper job, I might as well just undo this and hopefully get this bumper bar out of the way as well. As I said, the outer cover which you saw me take off yesterday was just literally an outer cover. There's no support or any strength in that outer cover. This is where the actual strength is, and as I say, this is totally made out of plastic and it's obviously designed to take impact. Try and undo that one at the bottom there. You all right bending down like that?
I've got a bit in.
No, I'll do it if you're in pain. Just don't strain yourself if you can help it. It's going all right? I think there's only 3 more bolts. You've got 2 at the top there and 1 in the middle. So, but the one in the middle is going into plastic anyway. So it's just a little bracket there that holds the power steering fluid. It looks like. Yeah, possibly. All right. So just these top 2. Well, I'll do that one in the middle first because we don't want to strain that. And then hopefully we can actually start looking. Now what I didn't want to do was to take bits off all over the van, and someone actually left in the comment section a good point. Do one job at a time and finish one job. So I'll work on one side at a time, not sort of do 2 or 3 different things at once. And that's how I plan to go forward with this job. So that's that. It's come over dark all of a sudden. When I undo this one, Jim, you just have to hold the weight. Not that there's any weight there, but... Right, that's that one. Last one this side. I would imagine if you had a radiator go on your Transit, it would be a lot easier just to take the front off like this, like I've just done. To change the radiator. And I presume, as I said, that most people would actually do this. I'm not sure. Right, is there another? No, that's it, isn't it? Oh, what's that called? Oh, it's cable tied, look. There's always something in there. That's it. There we go. Move that round a bit. Oh, my back. Oh, my back's gone. Go on. Hey?
That noise.
What noise? Oh, well, that's a bit better, isn't it? Let's put them out. Where did I put that other bolt? Did I sling it in there, did I? Can't remember now. Took 4 bolts off, didn't I? I don't know. Anyway. Right, that's gone in there. Right, there we go. I think that's as far down now as I need to strip the Transit. I've got full access there on the front. Like that. Come around to this side. As you can see, this side actually isn't too bad. I'm happier with this here. This may be just get away with some treatment on that. I'm not too sure yet. But this is the main part, which I've got full access to now, which is the chassis rail there. I can wire brush all this down. And so I'm very, very pleased now with the progress I've made now. And I'll be honest with you, this was a lot easier stripping down than what I thought. It looks daunting when you first open the bonnet up and you're looking through little gaps and stuff like that. All the tools I've needed is an 8mm socket and a 10mm socket to get to this stage. I've really not used anything else, maybe the odd screwdriver to lever stuff away. But in all, it's been a very simple strip down job to get it to this stage. And I can now move forward now and start investigating, attacking the rust problems now. So anyway, I'm going to leave this video here now. I'll call this the stripping down video again. No welding is taking place now, but as you can see, we've now gained full access to it, and we've learnt a few things: how to take a headlight out, how to gain access to a radiator, how to take the front panel off, how easy that is. It's a very simple job, and in the next video we should see us doing some grinding, rubbing down and stuff like that, and maybe some metal fabrication as well. Someone's also pointed out that I could get what they call a brake, which is a machine that bends metal. They do one on they do one in Machine Mark for about 50 quid, I think it is, for bending sheet metal. So I may have a look at that as well. But there's been a lot of good tips and tricks. Some of the stuff which obviously you haven't seen yet, which I knew anyway, like disconnect the battery, somebody did say, and make cardboard templates up and all that. Yes, I'm hoping that that would obviously be the way I was going to go with that anyway. But I mean, we do love your comments, and it just shows that I'm on the right pathways anyway. As I said, this is all new to me. I've never had a Transit van down to this extent. Well, I have actually. Many years ago, I had the old, I forget what one, it was a B registration 1985 Transit, where we actually took the front off of that and changed the old Ford Pinto engine. That was a 1600, and I put a 2 litre engine in it. So, but this is obviously a lot more modern, a lot more complicated, but you know, it's just something you come up against, and hopefully these videos will help you as well decide whether or not you want to tackle a job like this, or if you do fish it out to someone, this is the sort of work they're going to have to do to get to the parts that need welding. Anyway, thanks very much. See you again in the next video. Bye for now.